When the schedule is released ahead of each season, there are certain fixtures you simply look forward to more than others, and it's a special feeling when that day finally arrives. It's the reigning Player Shield winners Louisville City FC against the reigning champion Pittsburgh Riverhounds, presented by the YMCA. Happy to have you with us on the Golasso Network. Alongside MLS veteran Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Joe Malfa. Ricky, take you back to last fall when Pittsburgh lifted that trophy in the final.
For the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, this was all about grit. This was about determination and doing it together. They relied heavily on their defensive efforts, not conceding a goal to winning the USL final. But now for Rob Vincent, what's the next step? You have a target on your back because you know when you play against the reigning Shield winners, it's always going to be a big challenge in Louisville City. For Danny Cruz and company, he did such a good job at creating an identity. This team was unplayable in 24 and in 25. They scored goals for fun. Defensively, they are really difficult to break down. Look for them to have a little bit motivation here at home in front of Olympic Stadium fans.
This has become a regularity over the last few years, the reigning Shield winners and the reigning champions meeting. Fourth time in the last 5 seasons that it's happening. We didn't have one in 2023 because, well, San Antonio hogged both trophies to themselves in 2022. Of note, though, the last few years that this has happened, 3 straight times, the Shield winners had beaten the reigning champions. So that bodes well for Louisville City today. It also bodes well if Jansen Wilson is on top of his game as we take a look at tonight's player profile presented by Commonwealth Credit Union.
Jansen Wilson continues to grow and get better and better for Louisville City every single time he steps on the field. Where we've seen the biggest progression is his decision-making, especially in that final third. When to be a little bit more selfish and pull the trigger, when to bring in his teammates. But one thing that is for certain, when he does get in around that 18-yard box, he is clinical and he is ruthless. Look for him to put pressure on the Riverhounds back line.
Sam Basset has been special, one of the newcomers this year for Pittsburgh.
Can do a little bit of everything, Sam Basset can, and he's going to have a free role for Rob Vincent, the ability to search the game because good things happen when he is involved. So getting him in a rhythm early is going to be crucial. But the next step for Sam Basset is production. You need more goals, more assists, and more movement in around that 18-yard box because he is so important to the Riverhounds going forward. Look for him to be the best player for the Riverhounds.
Well, these two teams in so many ways have been attached at the hip over the last few years, at the top of the table in the Eastern Conference. Head-to-head, Louisville City leads the series 12-5 with 7 draws. But all 5 of those Pittsburgh wins have actually come here in Louisville. It's the boys in purple against the Riverhounds next on Golasso Network.
Summer's here. You can celebrate anything, like buying your first car.
Yes!
Cute. Finishing a big project. Or even your dog's birthday.
He's eating the cup, is that okay? It's his daily fiber.
Get a new 26 Corolla or Camry with 4.99 APR financing. Or lease a Corolla for $209 a month. Or this Camry for $299 a month.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
When the Thompsons first bought their house, all they saw was their dream home. They didn't yet know that with a home equity line of credit from Commonwealth Credit Union, it would be their keys to epic cannonballs and the chance to see the world. As years went by, it allowed them to empower the next generation and make happily ever after come true. Which begs the question, what could your home be doing for you? Let's find out together. Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently.
Come with Dodge, where you can find 0% for 60 months on all new Dodge and Ram vehicles, or 2.9% for 72 months, and no payments for 90 days on select vehicles. Come with Dodge, right on Preston, always right on price.
Decisions are made every day affecting our economy, tourism, and how we get around.
You see this building behind me at 4th Street and Liberty? That's going to be a brand new JW Marriott.
At WDRB, we're sure to follow everything that happens in Kentucky and southern Indiana.
Farmers from all over the world, Australia, China, Sweden, Switzerland.
We have fans from all 50 states and 50 countries. So whether it be a big hotel announcement or a large event that affects a smaller business, WDRB has you covered.
We're hitting the road in the Crossroads Chevy Traverse, exploring Kentuckiana and discovering what makes this place so unique.
Watch WDRB Crossroads on WDRB Plus, a free app for your phone or TV.
The USL on CBS is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League. Let's meet the starting lineups for Louisville City and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, beginning with the home side. Louisville, brought to you by Ford, building it together. And there was a late change here. Brandon Days picked up a knock in warm-ups, so Sean Tosh comes in on the back line.
Sean Tosh, Mogel, and Kyle Adams, they do a really good job at staying compact and squeezing the game, because if they do that, that allows Zach Duncan and Taylor Davila to really dictate the game and really boss that tempo that allows Manny Perez and Aiden McFadden to provide the width. On the other side, for Rob Vincent, you're looking at that central location. It's going to be key. Jackson Walty needs to do a good job at covering a lot of ground, which will allow Robbie Mertz to be a little bit more box to box in terms of his movement, and Sam Basset the ability to float and search the game, which will allow Vieira and Charles Zoll to be expansive and aggressive at putting pressure on Louisville's back line.
It is Pups at the Pitch Day as well, so you'll see the furry friends around Lynn Family Stadium. Fans are ready to get this one going, and so are we. It's Louisville in the purple from right to left, Pittsburgh in the yellow from left to right, and we are underway. Alongside Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Joe Malfa. The reigning Players' Shield winners, the reigning champions, battled out in a de facto USL Super Cup.
Early on, Joe, you just see the insertion of Sean Tosh puts Kyle Adams at the center of the three. Mogel played the left side of this back three, so it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable for Carlos Mogel, a right footer, not in his natural position, playing at the center back position to the left.
It's not his natural position, period. It's been a fully new position for him this year, transition from the midfield to the back line, but it's something that coach, or interim head coach rather, Simon Bird feels has really suited his skill set, just having to worry about what's in front of him and not that 360-degree whereabouts in the midfield you have to worry about at all times. Just looking forward allows him to tap into his ball-playing abilities. McFadden for Jansen Wilson. Early on the front foot, Louisville City, a corner coming. The first Wi-Fi corner kick of the day for Louisville City. Played short, back where it started for Davila. To the back post, over the head of Mukwele Akale. It's a new look in the attacking end for Louisville City. They've been tinkering with things. Donovan's been in and out. Shawunmi's been in and out. But for the first time today, Mukwele Akale getting the start for Louisville City. Only has 4 appearances off the bench, 73 total minutes, has a goal within that as well. A dynamic player that you should be seeing on the field more and more now for Louisville City.
Yeah, left footer playing the right-hand side, so he's always going to want to come century to look to combine. So you have 2 players that can play in isolation, provide the width, but also can support Tola Shawunmi underneath them. So there's going to be a little bit more of a combination play in terms of freedom for Simon Bird and this Louisville side.
There is Simon Bird. It's good catching up with him this week. We asked him what the toughest part of the job is, now sliding into the headman chair instead of the first assistant for Danny Cruz. That he said, honestly, just the difficulties of getting over a loss. You don't realize how much goes into that. So Danny Cruz shared a lot of that with him over time. But this week, coming off that loss against Detroit City, just having to refocus, convey the right messages to the guys, and just get over it. As hard as that is sometimes, and rather easy it is to say, hard to do, just get over it and get to the next one. Commonwealth Credit Union. To learn more about how we can help you meet your financial goals, visit WeSeeYouDifferently.com. Danny Fondez to Sean Tosh. Fondez getting his second starting goal for Louisville City over Hugo Farou. Hasn't played much over the years, Fondez, just 3 starts last year. 1 start back in 2024, joined all the way back in 2022 in an open tryout. Injuries that year led him to the starting role. The year that Louisville last made a final, 2022. Adams Kale is where he thrives, playing in the pocket, finding those spaces. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of Louisville City. Get all of your Louisville City tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats.
Especially with how Louisville likes to play with the two wingbacks getting extremely high and wide. That allows Mukwele Kale to drop into that nice little pocket of space. But Vieira and Charles All, they need to help out the weak-sided outside back, understanding that there is going to be movement. So once your center back gets pulled in, you need to drop and make that line of 5 defensively to deny any rotations in favor of Lou City.
One thing that's been part of the agenda for Louisville City, the coaching change with Danny Cruz moving on to MLS and Simon Bird stepping in, a little bit more possession-oriented as a group. Rob Vincent knows a thing or two about stepping in on an interim basis. Turned that into a title last year and a full-time job. First time facing Louisville as the head coach of the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Yeah, it's given the Riverhounds a little bit more freedom going forward as well. Wanting to build on what Bob Billy was able to do with the Riverhounds defensively. Now allowing players to start to express themselves and be a little bit more free-flowing going forward. That's that little pocket of space that I continue to talk about. That's Manny Perez challenging for that ball. That's the outside back of Louisville City, like for like with Kelp. If he wins that ball, that is an advantage for the boys in purple here, but really well done from Kelp just to drop in and take that foul and allow his side to reset.
Tola Shawunmi starting up top for Louisville City. Started his career with Pittsburgh in 2023, then on to Louisville in 2024. Now back with Louisville after a stint over in England. So against one of his former teams today, looking to get back on the score sheet, has one on the season. Vogel. That's where he thrives. Very good vision, very good playing out of the back. It was his superpower in the midfield. Chatted with Simon Bird about his development. Carlos Vogel hasn't maybe been the most linear progression from the outside looking in, but there's been so many top-tier players ahead of him in that role for Louisville City. It's through no fault of his own, and he really hasn't had that much playing time. But this position change, he said he's taken kindly to it, and it fits his skill set tremendously.
Well, you mentioned that Joe gives him the ability to play in front of him and have the vision.
Given away, turned quickly into an opportunity here to serve it from Wilson. It was over the line. Looking for Shawunmi and Wilson centrally. Manny Perez tracking up that right side.
It allows Carlos Vogel just to have players in front of him to see the full picture. And a midfielder by trade, so his technical ability is up with the best of them. Can ping a ball over 50, 60 yards on a dime, can break lines with his passing ability. And that also allows the players in front of him to be more aggressive in terms of their positioning, knowing if they find space, Carlos can find them. Watch the left arm of Vogel come over the top of Charles All here. An opportunity for Robbie Mertz and the Riverhounds just to really test on this back line of Louisville City.
Replay is brought to you by West Banco. Mertz stands over it. Scored Pittsburgh's only playoff goal last year in the win in the Eastern Conference Final. Serves it now on the free kick, headed toward goal and flicked in! Trevor Hammond beating Danny Fondez to it, and Pittsburgh takes an early lead.
Especially on the road, set pieces are just so important because it gives you the ability to whip the ball into a dangerous area, and good things tend to happen. As this ball pops in, Ammon doing a really good job at number 1, playing in between both center backs of Louisville City, but most importantly, to keep himself onside. Reactive, beating Fondes to the spot and putting his body on the line. And he gets rewarded 1-0, Riverhounds in enemy territory.
That might be a problem for Louisville City. Think back, Ricky, you were on the call last week, how they lost against Detroit City. It was a problem marking on a set piece at the end of that game. And here, marking again on a set piece popping up. It's something that Simon Burr said they worked on a lot in training this week, put a heavy emphasis on, and less than 10 minutes in, you're already conceding the same way. I wonder if the sun has any sort of factor streaming in this side. Fondes has pretty much had his hand up the entire time. Louisville has to work from behind at home, and they will have another Wi-Fi corner kick of their own.
Make some noise for the Wi-Fi corner kick.
Driven ball near post, diving header, never had a chance. Jermaine McFadden.
We've talked about defensive set pieces for Louisville City. They've trained it throughout the week, but right side of your screen, notice as this ball comes in, 14 and number 8, Taylor Davila and Shimomi both get caught ball watching. When this ball gets into the mixer, you need to be man tight and touch tight with any player in a Riverhounds jersey. Both players are pedestrian-like, they're caught flat-footed. Trevor Hammond says, thank you very much. I'll take the opener for the Riverhounds.
Hammond last year had a couple of goals early in the season with Sacramento, goes over to Tulsa. They didn't end up featuring as much for them in a scoring role, but part of that team making that run late in the season. Going to the final, losing to Pittsburgh, now on Pittsburgh and causing more chaos here, pressuring Adams. '23 MVP and Golden Boot winner and USL League One, Trevor Ammon. Scored 23 goals that season. Ammon getting the start up top today. His first of the season. 6 appearances, 70 minutes off the bench. It's Albert Dikwa who's the normal 9 up top, and coming into the day, Dikwa was right up there in the Golden Boot race in USL Championship, back at his old stomping grounds after a couple of lackluster seasons by his standards at Rhode Island. Moving back to where he was MVP and Golden Boot winner in his own right. Now bent ahead again, a dangerous ball. Fondes has it right ahead of Charles Hall. Fondes careful not to spill that one with traffic in front. Akale. For Louisville to pull it back. Shawunmi able to wiggle his way through. Coming off a 1-0 defeat against Phoenix Rising, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. It was at home last week as well. Stung. Perez. Fired back through. McFadden kinds of offside, not answered by the officials. Riverhounds all shot a glance that way. Doesn't matter. It'll be their ball in the end anyway. Turn to the CBS Sports Network May 16th for a round 2 of Prinks Tires USL Cup Group 6 matchup. The Richmond Kickers host the Charleston Battery at 6 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, May 16th. Catch all the action on CBS Sports Network. Pittsburgh perfect this season when scoring first, 3-0-0.
Good ball there. going to be really important for Louisville City that if you do have the ability to break that midfield line of the Riverhounds, you need to go quick. Jackson Walty, Robbie Mertz are just so good at sitting right in that pocket of space and supplying some support across that back four. It makes life really difficult to break through them. The Riverhound side has conceded 13 times in 2026, but for Rob Vincent, wanting them to be a little bit more difficult to break through was a big priority over the last couple games, and they've done a good job of that.
Louisville City unbeaten at home last year in the regular season, 16-1 at home the prior season, before losing in the postseason again at home. This year, though, have already tasted one defeat in this building, and now behind. Davila. Loss at home this season came against Charleston Battery 2-0 back on April the 4th, a month ago.
That's a good boy.
I was going to say, no matter what else happens, it's pups at the pitch day, and it's good enough for some people. Akale drops it back through traffic. Oh, and Shawunmi! Save, man, still loose. Campuzano keeping it out for now. McFadden try the acrobatic. All sorts of chaos in that moment. Shawunmi blocked what might have been a goal initially from Zach Duncan on that first shot. Friendly fire. Shawunmi gets in the way, almost finishes it off himself, but not for the save by Campuzano.
Yeah, how good was that initial save from Campuzano? Doesn't know much about it, but just makes himself big. And it's a trailing leg that denies Shawunmi what certainly could have been the equalizer.
Response to falling behind, generating chances, controlling the flow still. Worked through for Akale again. Akale flicks it along in front. Shawunmi battling. Tola Shawunmi waited a bit too long.
Just absorbing a little bit too much pressure right now. The Riverhounds, you need to step a little bit higher. As you continue to drop back, that just gives Louisville City more confidence to grow into this game and see more of the ball and create more opportunities.
Akale driving ahead once more. Free kick for Pittsburgh. Here's a look back at the chaos and the opportunities for Louisville City.
Good pickup from Akale as Zach Duncan comes on top of the 18-yard box. Create a little bit of separation, but the really good strength shown from Shawunmi just to fend off McCoy here. And McFadden, I don't know how that ball ended up on the top of his head as he tries to go for the spectacular. But this is where Jansen Wilson needs to be more selfish there. You do not need to play this ball across that 6-yard box. It's a 1v1. If you pick up your head, pick out a corner, it's 1-1. A little bit too unselfish there from Jansen Wilson, which for a player that is extremely full of confidence, you would want him pulling the trigger.
4 goals this season, Jansen Wilson. That's just in regular season play. Long throw from Walty. You can watch the USL Championship in Spanish on TUDN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Barnes looking for an option, finding Trevor Ammon. All take a deflection, it did. Will stay Pittsburgh's throw. Mentioned it in the opening segment. Louisville City has dominated the all-time series between these two teams, more than doubling up Pittsburgh in the wins. It's 12-5 with 7 draws, but all 5 of Pittsburgh's wins, curiously, have come in this building. Pittsburgh has never beaten Louisville City in Pittsburgh. All 5 of those wins on the road, and early on, looking to make that 6. Zach Duncan. Simon Bird cannot speak highly enough about Zach Duncan. Pretty much an acquisition this year, if you look at it through that lens, since he was injured so early on last year and missed the rest of the season. It's like getting a whole new player into the fold. Transforms here midfield. Charles All now figuring out where the line is. Sean Tosh, last-minute addition to the starting lineup. And then Dave's injured in the pregame warm-up. Vogel. He's back out to Kyle Adams wearing the captain's armband. Tosh. Duncan feeds it through. Davila, Shawunmi, back to Davila, pulled it wide.
When you're going to play against a team that's going to sit extremely deep with all 11 players behind the ball, the tempo needs to be quick. Love this ball from Zach Duncan, but notice the soft feet from Davila. And this is exactly what you need from Shawunmi to occupy the center back so you can just play a wall pass into him. Davila should take a first touch out of his body. Really difficult to come back across and put it on target. But good action for Louisville City in that central location in terms of their tempo.
This portion of tonight's match is presented by Toyota and the Kentuckiana Toyota dealers. Challenge at the end of that one. He's in from Max Vieira. Sean Tosh feeling it.
Just trying to break a line, saying Basset here. A little bit awkward there from Sean Tosh as he does get caught underneath Vieira.
Shawunmi, Perez, an attack that hasn't had the same bite to it in recent weeks for Louisville City. Trying to figure out what the combinations are up there. Jansen Wilson's been clicking, but nobody else really.
Just need a little bit more out of Shawunmi. Especially in this type of game, he needs to do a really good job at #1, his positioning at just occupying McCoy and Souza. And when you do play into him, he needs to do a good job at holding up the ball, allowing his teammates to support him underneath. And then the movement from Akale and Jansen Wilson needs to become a little bit more prevalent, more unpredictable, because right now everything has been in front of Riverhounds.
It's really uncharted territory for Louisville City from a coaching standpoint, going straight from John Hackworth into Danny Cruz. It was seamless, and to some extent it has been still with Simon Bird, keeping a lot of the same going for Louisville City. Some minor tweaks here and there, but then you look at the goalkeeping situation. The last couple of years has been locked down by Damian Loss, and now this year it's Hugo Farou back and forth. Now Danny Fondez comes in. Up top, you go from Cameron Lancaster to Wilson Harris to Philip Goodrum, and you always had that to rely on. And now this year, yeah, Jensen Wilson has supplied the 4 goals off the wing, but you don't have that true out-and-out 9. You thought it was Donovan, he has 1 goal. Shawunmi has 1 goal. The only other player besides Jensen Wilson with multiple goals is your left back, Aidan McFadden.
Yeah, you need more production from the number 9 position, especially with how Simon Bird wants his attack to be a little bit more centralized. If you're going to play in between lines in that central location, your number 9 needs to be ruthless. He needs to be almost a killer in around that 18-yard box, and we haven't really seen that with Shawunmi and Donovan. So still, that position's still up for grabs. So if you are Simon Bird, the conversation to those 2 players is say, make it yours. Make that number 9 position yours and leave no doubt whatsoever in my mind.
Adams. 60-40 the possession right now in Lou City's favor. It feels like more. Feels like they've been in total control. A lot of Pittsburgh's time on the ball has been in their own half, trying to find something. Hasn't been there. Trevor Amma in the 9th minute, the difference. Just a poor defensive showing on a set piece for Louisville City. Hammond capitalizes. The Hounds have been in the lead for nearly 20 minutes now. Mogel.
It's a good ball.
Good touch from McFadden as well, cutting in field. McFadden lays it off for Akale. Makwele Akale lets it fly. Save made, not a safe one from Nico Campuzano. It was right there for the taking, but McFadden didn't quite get there in time.
We just talked about the quality of Mogel to pop this ball over the top, and McFadden does a really good job at having a clean first touch, even better second touch.
Akale. Davila. Duncan. It's felt like this is how most of this game has been played. All of Louisville's players within 35 yards from goal, trying to find a way through. All 10 of those yellow Pittsburgh jerseys. And they find a way. Duncan. Just so much traffic in those areas. Back to Adams, and they start it again. McFadden. Mogel holding up the play. Shawunmi. Duncan was searching for a volley, but cleared before he could have an opportunity.
Need to be cleaner there from Shawunmi. That's exactly what we just talked about. Play into his feet, allow players underneath him.
Shawunmi, where he thrives, back to goal using that big physical frame. Here he is again. Shawunmi, chopped down, play on. Chance here, save made by Campuzano. Denying Manny Perez. Advantage was played. There was one that materialized and nearly the equalizer for Louisville City.
But this is really good refereeing from Brandon Steves as we take a look at the Akale chance moments ago. Left-footed, always going to challenge, little drop of the shoulder. Not an easy save here from Campuzano. Skids off the grass right before it approaches him. For Brandon Steves, this is a foul, and there is clear advantage, so you allow play to continue on for Manny Perez, forcing another nice save from Campuzano. Really good refereeing for Brandon Steves there.
Nothing comes of the Wi-Fi corner kick, though, for Louisville City. Back for Lasse Kelp. pace for Pittsburgh. There's Souza. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golasso Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Half an hour into this one. Alongside Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Joe Malfa. Happy to have you with us on Golasso Network. A 1-0 lead for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds at Lynn Family Stadium. Goal in the 9th minute by Trevor Ammon. Louisville City's been trying to get it back ever since. Jansen Wilson maybe here, saved by Campuzano. Rick, you've been trying to get your work area clean for the last 25 minutes as well. Maybe put a lid on your tee next time.
Yeah, sorry. Not the best with my hands, but Campuzano certainly is. 2 or 3 really good saves, but I love the aggressiveness here from Jansen Wilson. First touch positive allows him just to step into it. And again, full extension from Campuzano, parries it away from traffic. Really well done by the goalkeeper.
It's a green tea?
Lemon tea.
Lemon tea.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I did smell a little hint of lemon, but I couldn't quite place it.
But I think we're all good now.
You look better.
Yeah, thank you.
The iPad survived. I think your shoes were okay too.
Yeah, that's the most important, right?
For you, yeah. Davila. But what's the answer for Louisville City? There's those 3 ways through a block like this. It's around, over, and through. They've tried all 3, and neither have worked.
Well, number one, spacing, right? When a team is sitting that deep, you need to make the field as big as you possibly can. So whether you're providing width through Jansen Wilson and Akale, or Manny Perez and Aiden McFadden, you need those heels on the touchline. What that will do, that will pull out the Riverhounds outside back, which will open up channels between outside back and center back. Number 2, tempo. 1-2 touch, keep the game simple, see a pass, make a pass. And the number 3 is a movement ahead of the ball. If you can be a little bit more selfish in your movement, pulling players out of position, that will open up gaps. So one of those 3 things needs to be better for Louisville City to break through this Riverhounds back line.
Part of our conversation with Rob Vincent was about being a bit more pragmatic defensively. Ever since he took over last year, there's been a more attacking intent about the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, which almost feels oxymoronic to say, considering they did not allow a single goal in the playoffs last year and are out to winning it all and only scored 1. But there has been a more attacking intent to the way they play. This year we've seen it as well. But with that, maybe they have sacrificed a little bit defensively. It was almost shocking to look at the stats coming into this game and see that the Riverhounds at this point in the season don't have a clean sheet. In years past, you're talking about a clean sheet pretty much every other game for Pittsburgh. But today's a little bit more reminiscent of the old Pittsburgh Riverhounds. 1 shot on target through 32 minutes, a 1-0 lead, and Nico Campuzano standing on his head, yes, making a few big saves, but keeping the 0 for now. This is Pittsburgh Riverhounds of 22, 3, and 4, that era. Vincent jotting something down as he and his staff look on.
Yes, he has to be pleased with what he's seen defensively, but you and I having the ability to speak with Rob Vincent and getting to know him, he wants the side to be on the ball a little bit more. You're just absorbing way too much pressure through the 34 minutes here. Robbie Mertz, Jackson Walty, and Basset need to do a better job when they do force the ball over, that they need to keep it, let the game breathe a little bit, and take the sting out of Louisville City.
Mogel switching for Perez, runs out of steam at the very end. Tosh, bit wide of Akale. Ammon, thing to keep in mind as well for Pittsburgh. Rotating Albert Dequa out of the 11. Trevor Ammon up there, who gets to goal in the 9th minute, but does mean that could have options later in the game. Brigham Larson up there. Elliot Goldthorpe an option in the attacking end. As far as providing a spark, looking for more. Albert Dequa not available today for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Pretty nice option to have when Dequa's not available for you to go to the guy like Trevor Ammon, Golden Boot winner in his own right in USL League One. And he could be through again here. He's calling forward in front. Ammon lurking. Fondez got a piece of it. That ball stayed in play, and now just panic clear out for a corner from Mogel. He wasn't quite sure what the call was, what was going on. It'll be a corner for Pittsburgh.
Nice little pocket of space here for Charles Ault, but you need to hit this first time. Like you mentioned, Joe Ammon making a good run to coming across Mogel, and as Fondez comes in, not secure. This ball does pop out, but if Charles Ault is a little bit more quick to realize the space for Ammon, that's a 1v1 with Trevor Ammon and Fondez.
Bobby Mertz will trigger. Drops it in, loose in front. That was dangerous. It ends up in the back of the net, but it was a foul called against Pittsburgh. Sure, it won't count, but Simon Bird looking on is not going to be happy. It's another set piece that was problematic for Louisville City. That's how they conceded the stoppage time winner to Detroit City last week. It's how they conceded their opener today off the free kick. Jansen Wilson now the other way. Just beyond Shawunmi.
That's better here from the Riverhounds, just settling into the game a little bit more, establishing some confidence and a rhythm.
McFadden nods it back for Wilson. Had it caught between his feet. Jansen Wilson, good play defensively. Tracking back by Mertz.
Great touch.
Fans, when Lou City wins, you win. This season, Lou City is partnered with local Taco Bell franchises to give you a free taco if Lou City wins. No purchase necessary. Offer valid the following day after a win. Head to any participating Kentuckiana area Taco Bell location to redeem and mention that Lou City has one taco per person per win in store only.
Pretty good deal, huh?
You're giving me a free taco. I'm taking a free taco.
Soft or hard?
Oh, I like it hard.
Hard. I'm a hard shell guy as well, if you cared.
I didn't ask you.
I know.
Nakale.
Got to go quick here.
McFadden takes that advice, does look to serve. I'm glad you bring that point up, though. It feels like it's very slow from Lou City. You could see the wheels turning as they're thinking of what the next move is, instead of just reacting, playing with instinct and going. And that's what the big difference is, I think, from last year's team to this year's team and the personnel up top, where there are new faces. It maybe does take some time to find those extra wavelengths where you know what the run is going to be and you know what the pass is going to be. It's not quite percolating yet for Lou City this season, also, even though the results have been there still.
Yeah, also the mentality needs to be a little bit more sharp for Louisville City. A lot of times when Adams, watch out here.
Pittsburgh looking to make something of this from a long way out off the bar. Loose in front for Ammon and saved by Fondez. Ammon will want that back. He was surprised by it off the bar. did not make any sort of good contacts. Sam Basset, you called for him to get more involved, and he almost did in a big way.
The words coming from Rob Vincent saying, when Sam Basset gets on the ball, good things happen, so we need to get him involved in a match like this. Really well done in terms of the movement from Sam Basset just to drive at this back line, and nearly what could have been a phenomenal goal for the Riverhounds to double their lead.
To the end line. It'll be a Wi-Fi corner kick for Louisville City.
Make some noise for the Wi-Fi corner kick.
Just putting a bow on what you were saying a moment ago. The results have still been there. They're still in second place, even though it hasn't looked the same. To that end, they have 3 losses already this season. And it's moments like that. Just a poorly worked
really,
corner and easily given away for offside.
Really uncharacteristic, but this is also uncharacteristic like from Louisville City. Just notice the amount of grass that Sam Basset just takes without any pressure whatsoever. But if you are Trevor Hammond, you're gonna want this one back. As a number 9, your job is to always follow up for any spillage, any gift right on top of that 6-yard box, unable to settle his feet. What a great strike that was from Basset, just getting his body position correct, trying to bend it towards that far post, and just gets denied by the crossbar.
Fondez picks it up. Excuse me, it's 2 losses so far this season for Louisville. Looking at the live table, it shows 3 because of this game right now. But either way, it's already more games than they lost last year. Remember, they were 22 wins, 1 loss, 7 draws. It's tough to match a year like they had last year, period, but just hasn't looked easy for Lou City. Maybe something changes though now. Wilson in behind. Jansen Wilson stumbling. You wonder if he goes down there if it's a penalty.
Such a good move from Jansen Wilson to let this ball come across and beat out Souza here. But if he goes down, it's a pen. Jackson Walty is caught lunging in. As he does, I don't want to say a little too honest to keep himself, tries to stay on his feet.
Are you saying that he should be dishonest, Ricky?
But if he goes down, Brandon Sims is pointing to the spot because Jackson Walty.
He looked guilty.
Yeah, 100%.
And especially in a moment like that with no VAR, put it in the referee's hands. Last night we saw in the Colorado Springs Orange County game a similar-ish play where Corey Bennett went down at the hands of Tom Brewitt and the call was made, and that was that. If you went back and parsed through a potential review, maybe last night's call would not have been given, but there's no VAR. So in a moment like that, your Jansen Wilson, give the referee a decision to make, and maybe he makes it in your favor.
I just noticed how aggressive Jackson Walty comes in from the right side of your screen. He's already lunging in right now. Again,
and there's contact,
There
too.
is contact. You can see it throws off Jansen Wilson. He's already falling, trying to get on the end of that ball. If he falls a little bit earlier.
Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Final couple of minutes of this first half. Busy week in the USL Championship. It started back on Wednesday. We've had a game a day at least since then. Now 8 total today. Duncan. Perez blocked. Mogel. Tosh hits it a long way out. Snatched by Campuzano.
Good positioning from Campuzano. John Tosh is known, and he can smack a ball from distance, hits it really well.
Elsewhere among the 7 o'clock kickoffs, Loudoun up 1-0 on the road over Brooklyn. Hartford at home against Detroit. Indy at home against Sporting Jacks. Both those games are 0-0. In the 7:30 kickoff window, it's Tampa Bay at Rhode Island. That one's 0-0 through 15 minutes. Coming into this early window, you still have a winless team in Loudoun looking for their first. They're up 1-0. And you still have an unbeaten team in Tampa Bay hoping to stay unbeaten. Loudoun team is an interesting enigma. They are much better, I think, than their record shows. Coming into today on 4 straight draws against good teams in Oakland, Hartford, Louisville City, and Birmingham. And they could have won all 4 of those games as easily as they drew all 4, as easily as they could have lost all 4. They have been interesting to watch, to say the least. Chance for Louisville City to pump another one in. Pittsburgh is held strong on a lot of those services now. Into stoppage time, 1 minute tacked on here at the end of the first 45. Stoppage time brought to you by the Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. McFadden.
He's done a good job. Barnes has saying like for like with Aiden McFadden. Not an easy thing to do with the energy and the work right that McFadden brings. The ability to stand his ground, not dive in, move his feet, may just make life a little bit difficult for Louisville City coming down this near side.
Nakale. Chouanmi. Last opportunity of this first half. Makwele Akale. That's what he's in to do. Unlock teams off the dribble in and around the 18. He's so shifty. Perez balloons one. McFadden keeps it in play. Mogel. Service, Chouanmi lurking, headed clear instead by McCoy. Adams. McFadden gets ahead to it, bouncing around. Pittsburgh gets it fully clear. The halftime whistle should come. Akale, Duncan. Pressure still from Louisville City. Perez. And now, the clearance and the whistle, and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds take a 1-0 lead into the break at Lynn Family Stadium.
Box defending has been terrific from the Riverhounds. You get a goal from Trevor Hammond. Could have very easily been 2, but yet the effort, the togetherness has shown here at Lynn Family Stadium. And if you are Simon Bird, you need to figure things out in the attacking phase of play. Tempo needs to be a lot higher, and the balance, specifically underneath Chouanmi, needs to become more prevalent. Going to set up for really intriguing second 45 minutes.
This day has belonged to the Dogs. It is pups at the pitch night at Lynn Family Stadium, but it's the visiting Dogs, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, with a 1-0 lead, courtesy of Trevor Hammond in the 9th minute. The de facto USL Super Cup, the reigning Shield winners Louisville, the reigning champions Pittsburgh locking horns, and it's Pittsburgh enjoying it right now. More to come on Golazo Network.
When the Thompsons first bought their house, all they saw was their dream home. They didn't yet know that with a home equity line of credit from Commonwealth Credit Union, it would be their keys to epic cannonballs and the chance to see the world. As years went by, it allowed them to empower the next generation and make happily ever after come true. Which begs the question, what could your home be doing for you? Let's find out together. Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently.
Severe weather calls for preparation.
We've got you covered, Seymour.
Charge your devices. Head to your safe space. Don't lose your connection to the WDRB weather team.
Now in North Vernon, 24 minutes from now, we'll be watching our...
Stream us live on the WDRB Plus app and start with WDRB weather.
Decisions are made every day affecting our economy, tourism, and how we get around.
See this building behind me at 4th Street and Liberty? That's going to be a brand new JW Marriott.
At WDRB, we're sure to follow everything that happens in Kentucky and southern Indiana. Farmers from all over the world, Australia, China, Sweden, Switzerland. We have fans from all 50 states and 50 countries. So whether it be a big hotel announcement or a large event that affects a smaller business, WDRB has you covered.
Start your day with Candace Clift on WDRB Mornings. Local news, weather, and traffic each weekday morning starting bright and early from 5 a.m. until 10.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can do all the things that make summer, summer. Take a Grand Highlander and go root for the home team. Send newlyweds off in a Camry. Congrats. Thanks. Or catch some waves with a RAV4. Still got it.
Get the all-new, all-hybrid RAV4, the world's best-selling SUV, now with 4.99 APR financing. Or you can lease this RAV4 for just $299 a month.
Your summer starts here. That limbo.
Toyota, let's go places.
A 1-0 lead for Pittsburgh after the first 45 minutes. The fans have been quieted here at Lynn Family Stadium. We'll see if they come to life in half number 2. The Experience is a video docuseries that shows the history, passion, and community of USL clubs and their supporter groups. The latest episode showcases League One newcomer Athletic Club Boise and their support group, the River Guard. It is out and available as of today on youtube.com/USL. Here's a look.
I think Idahoans have been clamoring for something that is theirs.
Feel a big sense of responsibility to do this right. You only get one first season.
For me, without soccer, it's like there's no air. Having it here, I feel like I can breathe again. Boise's never had anything like this.
And McKinnon takes the breath, takes the shot. He's denied by Viniello after the handball by Gerg. Gerg was tracking back to it. But what a stop by Viniello. And the crowd is feeling energized by it. Look at this.
The 1-0 win over Monterey Bay. Johnny Rodriguez scored the winner that night. He shoots here. Oh, he buries it with a rocket.
An absolute blast from Johnny Rodriguez of the Las Vegas Lights. That goal comes in the 11th minute with Vegas trailing 1-0. It begins with a determined play by Oleg Anderson. He'll track the ball and make a tackle at midfield. Now the Lights are in business. Christian Pinzon spots Rodriguez in the middle. Johnny has a couple of options to pass the ball, but he picks the best one, a laser pass to diving goalkeeper. Johnny Rodriguez fires home the Select USL Championship goal of the week.
This week on USL All Access, we'll discuss U.S. Open Cup results, World Championship teams stand at the three-quarter pole.
Alex Grinaldi puts SAFC ahead.
But most importantly, the agreement reached between USLPA and USL HQ on the collective bargaining agreement.
You'll see it SiriusXM FC or the USL YouTube page every Tuesday night.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Take a load off it. Take a load.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Summer's here. Who's ready for camp in a new Toyota? Nice splash! The scavenger hunt starts now! The call was coming from inside the Tacoma!
Now you can get 4.99 financing plus up to $1,000 APR cash on a new 26 Tacoma. Or lease this well-equipped Tacoma SR5 for just $309 a month.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
It is halftime in the USL Championship. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines from the championship. Last week we learned a lesson. Never leave a match early if the outcome is in doubt. 3 matches were decided in added time, beginning with Colorado Springs, grabbing a 3-3 draw with San Antonio in the 100th minute. Peter Wilson headed home the game-tying goal for Oakland Roots in a 2-2 draw with Loudoun United. And Michel Benitez cleaned up a saved penalty kick in added time to lead Sacramento Republic to a 3-2 win over Orange County. Louisville City's run to the round of 16 in the U.S. Open Cup earned the club $50,000 in prize money for being the furthest advancing team from the USL Championship. Lou City won a regulation wins tiebreaker with Colorado Springs to get the prize. It's still early in the season, but a trend that's helping the top clubs winning at home. Entering Week 10, 7 clubs above the playoff line in their respective conferences are unbeaten at home, so far led by San Antonio in the West, Tampa Bay in the East. Upcoming national broadcasts, AC Boise and FC Naples next Wednesday in League One. Then it's Richmond Kickers and Charleston Battery in the USL Cup. Rhode Island hosts Brooklyn. All 3 matches are on the CBS Sports Network. Now the second half is getting closer. Let's get you back out to your match.
That thumbs down from the fans. Well, that's indicative right now. Louisville City trailing 1-0 against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, in danger of losing another at home, and that has been such a rarity. Take a step away from this one, though, to look broader around the USL Championship. Some out-of-town scores last night in the Western Conference. Lexington finally woke up, Ricky.
3 big points that Matt Hemi needed for Lexington. They take down Monterey Bay, but to be fair, everyone beats Monterey Bay. Oh. And for the switchbacks, talk about McGee. You're on that call. Phenomenal goal at the death to tie it.
Outstanding from Tyreek McGee. Thor Olferson has that goal for Loudoun. We were talking a bit about them before halftime. They are an interesting team. If they start putting it together, they have the pieces for it. Olferson back on the score sheet. You see the other scores there. We look later at the schedule that's still to come tonight. On Golazo Network, you can catch Phoenix Rising and San Antonio, 2 teams in the top of the Western Conference standings. Oakland and El Paso also in that mix. Those teams pretty much out west will trade places by the second. Anytime the score changes, they'll leapfrog over each other. It is wild right now in the West.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good game. Oakland Roots and Ryan Martin, El Paso Locomotive, they drew 2-2 against New Mexico midweek. That's one that you need to tune into at 10 p.m. Eastern.
And you have to tune in as we are set to get things going in half number 2. A few moments from now, Pittsburgh 1, Louisville City 0.
Relax and let Kroger Pickup handle your grocery shopping this week. We start with only the freshest items, then choose your favorites, carefully pack everything up, and load it right into your trunk. So you can feel confident it's what you ordered. Fresh groceries your way with Kroger Pickup and Delivery. And right now, you can save $20 on your first pickup or delivery order. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Summer's here. You can celebrate anything, like buying your first car. Yes! Cute. Finishing a big project. Or even your dog's birthday. He's eating the cup, is that okay?
It's his daily fiber.
Now get $3,000 customer cash on a new 26 Tundra, or 2.99 financing plus $1,000 APR cash, or lease this Tundra for $439 a month.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Relax and let Kroger Pickup handle your grocery shopping this week. We start with only the freshest items, then choose your favorites. Carefully pack everything up and load it right into your trunk, so you can feel confident it's what you ordered. Fresh groceries your way with Kroger Pickup and Delivery. And right now, you can save $20 on your first pickup or delivery order. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Summer's here. You can celebrate anything, like buying your first car. Yes! Cute. Finishing a big project. Or even your dog's birthday.
He's eating the cup, is that okay? It's his daily fiber.
Get a new 26 Corolla or Camry with 4.99 APR financing. Or lease a Corolla for $209 a month. Or this Camry for $299 a month.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
The USL on CBS is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League. A 1-0 lead for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds as we walk you through highlights from half number one. Most of it will be down at the other end in favor of Louisville City, but this was the big sticking moment. 9th minute, Trevor Ammon.
As this ball gets popped in, Taylor Davila and Shabal take care of it, because if you do have the ability to break through the press, the game will start to open up, because we saw exactly what happened with Sam Basset.
It's going to be a different look for Louisville City here in half number two. A pair of subs they made. Stanovan in for Jansen Wilson, Evan Davila in for Mukwele Akale. So that changes the dynamics drastically for Lou City, who go left to right in the purple, Pittsburgh right to left in the yellow, and we are underway in half number two. Alongside Ricky Lopez Espin, I'm Joe Malva. Happy to have you with us on this Saturday evening on the Golasso Network. De facto USL Super Cup. The reigning champions, Pittsburgh. The reigning Shield winners, Louisville, locking horns. And those two subs are brought to you by the Kentucky Lottery. Fueling imagination, funding education, Kentucky Lottery. We've seen this two-striker look from Louisville City with Shawunmi, with Donovan. They deployed it against Loudoun in that 3-3 thriller, and it helped them find a lot more opportunities in that game, playing more direct, more of a true 4-4-2 in a way, which never really popped up under Danny Cruz in the past. It's really a staple wrinkle of Simon Bird this season after he took over as the interim. Davila floats it, knotted square, and cleared. In theory, Ricky, it gives them just a more direct way to break down a team sitting in a low block, playing through your two big guys in Shawunmi and Donovan.
Well, you also...
Perez looking that way. It's a corner. First 5-5 corner kick of the second half.
Expect a lot of service, whether it is from Manny Perez on that far side or Eddie McFadden. You have two big players that can really challenge for the aerial presence and a set piece, especially when this man is over. Always expect quality.
Davila drops it in. A lot of bodies in front of Campuzano. Pittsburgh works it away, blasted in. Into the Estopanol end. Sun streaming right in the eyes of Campuzano. If Pittsburgh holds on to win, they will be the first visiting team to win 3 games at Lynn Family Stadium. They did it in 2020, they did it in 23, and they would do it again now. They already have more wins at Louisville than any other team. The first few of those came at Slugger Field, the old digs of Louisville City. A 1-0 victory in 2015 was the Hounds' first win on the road against Louisville. Rob Vincent scored the goal in that 1-0 victory. Now he looks on as the head coach, looking for his first win as a head coach over Lou City.
And just notice with the subs for Simon Bird, it allows Evan Davila and Zach Duncan to almost play as 2 10s underneath Shawonmi and Donovan. So you have Taylor Davila, he'll be the single pivot, meaning he needs to cover a lot of ground, but do a good job at playing in between lines. So now more than ever for the Riverhounds, if you can win that midfield battle and isolate Taylor Davila in terms of his defensive shape, you can find success with Robbie Mertz and Sam Basset.
Shawonmi, good feet from Shawonmi. Puts it ahead into space. Run onto by Evan Davila. Davila overran it, couldn't get it back for McFadden. A wasteful moment from Louisville City.
It's a good turn from Charles Zoll here. These are the little things that Mogel needs to understand when he is playing a line deeper. Cannot overcommit and get turned that easily.
It's picked up by Vieira. Ammon. Again, Vieira. First year pro out of Ricky's favorite school, Georgetown. Creighton-Georgetown Big East rivalry never leaves you. Mertz. All drops it back. Was he fouled? Referee determines yes in the end. Waiting to see if Mertz could play through it because of the open space ahead.
A lot of the work that we've seen from Robbie Mertz, Charles Zoll, has been off the ball defensively. And another opportunity, exactly how they found the opener. Expect this ball to be lifted towards that back post and looking for a knockdown here to cause some issues for Louisville City's back line.
This portion of tonight's match is presented by Toyota and the Kentuckiana Toyota dealers. Mertz goes short this time. All turns. Has it again. Flag stayed down. Over the top to headers. Askew. Not toward goal. Lasse Kelp volleys. And blocked. He goes down. Not much in it. The initial header looked like it was going to trouble Danny Fondez, but blocked on the way through. All. Aaron Barnes steps up. Space for Sam Basset. He's already let it fly tonight. Oh, it's even better this time. Hit the crossbar earlier. Fine-tuned it this time. Basset
Just mentioned, in this second half, if you could pull out one of the 3 players for Louisville City in that central location and you isolate the other, now you have so much room to operate in. Fantastic touch back across the body from Sam Basset to create a little bit of separation, but this thing is moving. The technique on this strike to get it to come up, to quickly drop, and to beat Fondez at that near post. Phenomenal strike, but if you are Simon Bird, you're gonna be really frustrated with the lack of pressure there from Zach Duncan. You need to be a lot tighter and not allowing Sam Basset to have that clean strike on target.
It was late in the first half, he pulled up from a similar range, hit the crossbar, and then Trevor Rammond missed what should have been an easy tap-in on the rebound. A short while later, Sam Basset says, no need for a rebound this time, Trevor. I've got you covered. And for Basset, it's his 3rd of the season. Now Louisville surging the other way, trying to get it right back. Vieira drops it back. Kelp gave it away. Shawunmi as Donovan feeds it through. Lasse Kelp recovering. Which way is that going to go? Against Donovan or against Kelp, or play on? Both players went in. Their legs seemed to get tangled. To the naked eye, I kind of like that as a play on from Brendan Stevis. We have an opportunity. We'll go back and show you. Louisville won it off the punt the other way. In the meantime, Tosh. Perez. Bending it around. Donovan. Davila. Adams steps to it. Up to McFadden. Aiden McFadden delivering. Headed clear by McCoy. Duncan. McFadden serves one back post. Too tall for Manny Perez.
I agree with you. Do not think this is a foul, but notice the right leg from Donovan here. He's the one that is engaging in the contact, trying to establish the better body position. But as he almost lunges into this ball, there's no place that Kelp can run into. I'm okay with the no call there.
So Kelp made amends for the mistake he made initially on the errant ball. Lasse Kelp in his first professional season. First 3 years of college at UMBC. Last year at the University of Maryland. Here's Shawunmi. Bending it ahead again for Donovan. A Wi-Fi corner kick for Louisville City.
Let's make some noise for a
And they inch their way back into this. Been known to score goals in bunches in the past, but this year it's been a little different. A little tougher from the corner now, punched away by Campuzano. Back where it all started. Davila bending one, back post. Tosh nods it down. Donovan over the bar.
Phenomenal ball to this back post from Davila. And as Chris Donovan does a good job at reading, just mistimes his jump. As this ball comes across, notice how he approaches this ball. He's already falling down when he makes contact with it. If you can go and attack the ball and head it down into the ground, back across where it came from, difficult for Campuzano to react.
Evan Davila runs onto it. Back for his brother, Taylor. Deflected service from McFadden. Hung up there for an extra second. Tosh. Flex nicely for Duncan. Can't watch the match. Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights, plus live matches from the USL, MLS Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. Simon Bird is telling you to open the app. Hammond scanning, feeds it through. It was nearly an own goal. Davila is sliding back defensively. It's out for a corner.
That's really well done from Trevor Hammond to get his feet set and just allow this play to develop. Because notice, right on top of that 6-yard box, Charles All makes a really nice run that pulls out Kyle Adams and Carlos Mogdale, which allows Robbie Mertz a secondary action. Davila doing a good job at just tracking back and denying what could have been the third.
Mertz. Trigger. Drops it in. Back post. Headed clear. All. Patience from Pittsburgh now nursing a 2-goal lead. Kelp slips but gets it away in the nick of time. Taking to the hour mark. Taylor Davila over the top. Sending on the run, Manny Perez won't get there. Pittsburgh preparing changes of their own. Osimanu, junior at 2, will replace Max Vieira. And Victor Souza. All subs brought to you by Kentucky Lottery. Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education. First 2 changes for the Riverhounds as they lead by 2. Pair of pieces who helped them in the run of the title last year. Junior at 2 and Ilal Osimanu.
It's going to be like for like with Osimanu. Dropping right next to Kelp, but as Mogel got the 3rd foul that he's committed in this second half. Goes into the book of Brendan Stevis. Jurettu's going to give you work rate on this left-hand side for the Riverhounds. Just a little bit quicker there, Charles All. Mogel has been a little bit off in terms of his timing, when to step in and provide some challenges.
Yellow card brought to you by Alpha Energy Solutions. Hammond offside. His goal back in the 9th minute ignited the night for Pittsburgh. Sam Basset in the 52nd minute tacked on. Charles All did get credit for an assist. It's his 2nd of the season on the Basset goal.
I'm actually saying the Riverhounds shift into a 3-back system with Etsu and Barnes as the wing backs. We have Robbie Mertz, Jackson Walty sitting right in front of the back line. Charles All and Sam Basset playing as dual 10s underneath. Trevor Hammond, so a little bit of a change in formation from Rob Vincent. Number one, gives you that flexibility to have 5 across, but also gives you the ability to bring in more of attacking players higher up the field. Zach Duncan draws his foul from Sam Basset. Falls a little bit awkwardly on his right side. Slow to get up, Zach Duncan.
Favoring that left shoulder. Fifth third bank free kick for Louisville City. Taylor Davila swerves it in. Just not getting those second balls in and around the box.
Just a little bit slow to react, it seems like. Louisville City. Exactly how you concede the first. Trevor Hammond just very easily goes in between 2 players. And then the lack of pressure on Sam Bassett's strike from distance. eFootball's here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball's free to play. Download now.
Kept us waiting on the download now.
Gotta build a little bit of excitement, Joe. I've learned from you.
Shawunmi holding it up. Good physical play defensively. Lasse Kelp and Tola Shawunmi have been going after it. Adams swings it around the Tosh. Duncan, pocket of space. Kelp again holds his ground, heads it clear. Ammon picks up his head, nowhere to really go with it. Almost takes out Simon Bird after he's taken out by Sean Tosh. It'll be a throw for Pittsburgh. Louisville City do not lose back-to-back games often. This would be a rarity. Last game 2-1 on the road against Detroit City. Stung, they addressed certain deficiencies in training this week. Some of the same issues popping up again today. This could be something that ignites Pittsburgh, though, if they hold on. It's been a slow-ish start. We talked about that with Rob Vincent this week. Said we've had a target on our back as the reigning champions. We've gotten every team's best shot. But it's also a team that really isn't last year's team. So much turnover for the Riverhounds from this year to last year. Certainly some core guys have returned, and you bring in a star like Albert Dequock, what he's done in this league in the past and for this team in the past, and he's off to a great start. But it's a new team. It's going to take some time to gel, and it has. This could propel them up into 5th place. The service, Shawunmi's glancing header, well off target. Donovan tracks it down. Pittsburgh with a win despite the sluggish start. They'd be in 5th, and they'd be 3 points back of Louisville in 2nd. So quickly climbing after that slow start, starting to turn things around, Pittsburgh.
The tough challenge put in by Sean Tosh, catching Uretsu. As this ball pops out, just notice the right shoulder here for Tosh. He drops it and leads with it. Makes clear contact. I don't think he's happy, Joe.
He doesn't look happy. Some concern, though. That's a really hard fall for Junior Etu. They're looking at his arm. Louisville City. Sean Tosh has shown the Alpha Energy Solutions yellow card. They have not lost back-to-back regular season games since 2023. That is 23 minutes in stoppage time away from changing. You couldn't lose back-to-back games last year when you only lost one game, to be fair. Back in that 2024 season, another year where Louisville City dominated and won the Players' Shield. Didn't really lose enough games to have a chance to lose back-to-back. 2023 was a more difficult season for them. They still found a way to stumble through it to a good position when all was said and done. We're going on 3 years since the last time they lost back-to-back regular season games. That changes in 22 minutes, unless they can pull a rabbit out of this hat. Tosh. Adams. Again, it's Tosh. Looking for Shawunmi off the chest. There's not a lot going on right now in the attacking third for Louisville City. Pittsburgh frustrating them. Serrano may be the key to unlocking it. He just jogged to midfield. Two got a piece of it. Looked to be last off Perez. It is. You see Pittsburgh climbing up into fifth. If this result holds, Louisville holds in second. Tampa Bay right now enjoying a lead of their own, climbing a bit further away from Louisville City, the only remaining unbeaten team, the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Right now it's just a little bit too predictable for Louisville City. Every single time they get the ball, they try to push it wide. So Manny Perez or Aiden McFadden and just try to dump it into attacking 18-yard box. There's just no movement. Look at your screen right now. It's 1 versus 2. Taylor Davila, Zach Duncan, or Evan Davila need to come over and just apply some options that you can just bop the ball into and just simply shift this Riverhounds defensive set, because they're sitting in a back line of 5 with 4 in front of them, making life extremely difficult and compact.
Tosh skies it. Duncan drops it back on the volley through traffic. Off the chest for Davila. Now Evan Davila dropping it back again for Tosh. Everybody wearing yellow is in that very, very tight area. There's nowhere for Louisville to go. Dropping it over the top for Shawunmi. It's maybe a way through, but all he could do is bring it down off the thigh.
It's difficult for an attacking player when you are shielded by the surface of this ball. You see it late, unable to settle your feet for Shawunmi.
It'll be Zach Duncan, sacrifice for Ray Serrano. Substitution brought to you by Kentucky Lottery. Tosh drops it in. McFadden crashing, ball still loose. Campazano has it. Looking at that left ankle, Campazano.
It's a good blind run from Aiden McFadden. Just trying to catch out Barnes. And watch the left ankle of Campuzano as he gets stepped on. Difficult to see what it is from Donovan and one of his teammates. Better look at it here. That's awesome.
It's the kind of support you look for. Shawunmi. Kelp again, heading it clear at 2. Wide of Basset. Be a bit tidier on the ball here late, Pittsburgh. Gonna see this through. Shawunmi. Davila for goal, saved by Campuzano, loose in front, saved again! Oh, Campuzano, it's outstanding!
Great strike from Taylor Davila. This ball has a lot of movement on it. He sees it a little bit late. But just a recovery from Campuzano to get up back on his feet and make life difficult for Donovan. Asking for it, had nothing in this whatsoever. First from Campuzano, Kelp comes across to help out and make life difficult for Ray Serrano. That is phenomenal effort and phenomenal reaction yet again from the Riverhounds defensive players.
Another Kentucky lottery substitution, Amadou Dia for Carlos Mogel. Wi-Fi corner kick. Wi-Fi corner kick, take 2. Better service this time. Shawunmi waiting for it, gets ahead to it. At 2, rises above the rest that time. Shawunmi now. Davila floating it back, pose, contact, play on. '26 USL Championship season is underway. Be sure to head to Lynn Family Stadium to watch the most storied club in league history. Take the pitch by purchasing tickets. Available at loocecity.com/tickets. Off the chest, Donovan lays it off for McFadden. Difficult to get the technique right on that one.
Big fan of these early balls from a deeper position for Louisville City because you do not allow the Riverhounds to drop numbers deeper. If you can play early into Donovan, into Shawunmi, that allows that secondary movement, this time from Aiden McFadden. Unable to hit it cleanly, but good action going forward.
Almost 10,000 human fans today. Just announced over 300 furry friends at Pups of the Pitch Day. Whether you're booing or barking, though, these fans have not been the happiest. Pittsburgh up 2-0. Louisville City pressing late here, trying to find something. Davila. It's really the day in a nutshell for Louisville City.
Just difficult to deal with for Manny Perez. He's not set. The better option for Evan Davila is to continue to look centrally because Shawunmi and Taylor Davila are there in the vicinity. Try to come back across.
Brigham Larson replaces Charles All. Big target player, Larson. hold up play on any long outlet balls as they look to clear and seal this out, and will also help defensively on set pieces. Tallest player on the field for either team right now.
The number one thing now Larson needs to do a good job of is just using his physicality. And when the ball is dumped into him, hold it up, draw defenders in, and allow your side to release some of this pressure that they're going to continue to be under for the remainder 13 plus here for the Riverhounds.
July of 2023, last time Louisville City endured back-to-back losses in league play. July 22nd, 2023, when they lost actually a third game in a row during that stretch, Louisville City. During that stretch, they actually lost to Pittsburgh. So poetic this might be if this holds. Davila, blocked down and away. Ammon lost it. Tosh. There's a mishmash of guys out there right now for Louisville City in different positions as well.
Let's make some noise for the
Wi-Fi corner kick, back post, punched by Campuzano. And it hard on that right shoulder, but he gets right back up. Another Wi-Fi corner kick.
He's been really good, Campuzano has, making big-time saves, commanding his 6-yard box, and frustrating the thousands here at Lynn Finley Stadium.
Wi-Fi getting the money's worth today. 10th corner for Louisville City. Curled in, Tosh was there. Davila settles. Taylor Davila through traffic. It's wide for another corner. Going quickly. Wi-Fi corner kick number 11. Short to Serrano. Back around to Davila. Curls it in again. The header glances wide from McFadden, who can't believe it.
Just has such a good sense of timing, Aiden McFadden does. Notice how he just comes across the face of his defender and meets this ball. Does not need to generate power, just simply flick it on and redirect it. It's really close. He's not the tallest player, but Aiden McFadden is an aerial threat for Louisville City.
Elsewhere, Loudoun still clinging to a 1-0 lead. Hartford now up 1-0 at home on Detroit City. Indy up 2-1 on Sporting Jacks. Tampa Bay leading 1-0 to begin the second half against Rhode Island. Perez drives it in, swing and a miss from Serrano. Falls down, trying to keep it alive. Dia serves, Shawunmi settles, blocked. Loose again on the volley, over the bar. Two chances in there for Serrano. This time he made contact.
Just falls so kindly to Ray Serrano here. Shawunmi doing a good job taking that first touch off of his chest, but as Kelp comes in, put it on target. You find the back of net for Ray Serrano. Sets up so invitingly just to put your laces through this ball, pick out a corner. Player of his quality is going to want that one back. Could be and should be 2-1.
Tosh. It's left of the back post. Dropped in again toward Donovan. Out for Tosh. End line, Tosh deflected. Cleared again by Kelp. Campuzano secure once more.
Let it go. And step.
McFadden.
You heard there, Rob Brinson instructing his back line to let the ball go wide. And then you step in, because the last thing that you want to have happen is you step a little bit early, and that opens up the space into the interior. So the timing of when to release Junior Etsu and Barnes, really important for the remainder of this game.
Hammond and Basset, the two delivering for Pittsburgh today. Would be a 6th Pittsburgh win over Louisville City. Sure, it's half the number of wins Louisville has over Pittsburgh, but the interesting nugget is all 6 Pittsburgh wins will have come here in Louisville, at the Old Slugger and here at Lynn Family Stadium. For a team that doesn't often lose at home, the fact that they've only lost to Pittsburgh at home is astonishing, especially considering how great of a home field advantage the Riverhounds have in their own right. Tosh. Energy's been running low for Louisville City down the stretch here. It almost seems like realization is set in. He's pushing all the buttons he could, Simon Bird, in terms of the substitutions. It's up to the players now to find a way to execute. Davila deflected. Campuzano has it.
That's actually a really good ball from Evan Davila in terms of the location, but there's just no one on top of that 6-yard box.
Final sub will be Kyle Adams off, Quincy Huerman in.
Hasn't been the best performance by no stretch of the imagination for Louisville City, but give credit.
The service wide.
Defensively, the Riverhounds have done a fantastic job. As you see Ehrman coming in for Kyle Adams. A bit more of an attacking presence for Simon Bird. Can play century, can play wide. With the box defending and the effort and their togetherness for the Riverhounds has been really impressive. Not easy. We continue to allude to, Joe. Come into Lynn Family Stadium and grind out results. Really strong performance shown by the visiting side.
Racing ahead, Shawunmi. End line, Kelp, a great tackle. It's last off of Shawunmi and out for a goal kick. Lasse Kelp, the rookie out of Maryland, has been outstanding in this one.
initially loses the battle, but does a really good job at recovering. Notice the angle that he takes, and it's the right call from Brandon Stevis and company again. Clearly, Shawami takes the last touch. Been really impressive. Kelpaz.
Injured to start the season. Now 4 starts under his belt. Rob Vincent shouted him out as an impressive piece to the puzzle for Pittsburgh.
Only one Maryland mention from you, Joe. That's impressive.
I actually snuck an earlier one in.
Oh, did you?
Second time that I mentioned that today, yep. Don't worry, there were plenty last night.
Knew it was too good to be true.
There were plenty last night as well for the Colorado Springs game for Saddam Maserica.
Proud Terrapin you are.
McFadden trying to create something. Shielded off by Perrin Barnes. Now McFadden serves. The ball, though, was over the line. Goal kick.
Who is it? Who is it? What number? 18, 10, 19, 10.
July 22nd, 2023. Last time Louisville City lost back-to-back league matches. Barring a miracle here, and whatever we have for stoppage time, we need to score twice to keep that streak going. Sam Basset will get the last few minutes of this one off. He maybe put this one further in the grasp of Pittsburgh with his terrific goal in the first few minutes of half number 2.
The ability to create space on himself for Sam Basset uses the momentum to his favor. But the technique on this strike, really impressive. You see from this angle how quickly that ball goes up to come down and hits it with enough venom to beat. Valdez there. Sam Basset had himself a phenomenal game.
6 minutes of added time brought to you by the Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Fourth time in the last 5 years. And we have the reigning champions against the reigning Shield winners. This, though, would be the first time in that stretch that it's the champions who prevail over the Shield winners. Last year, Louisville beat Colorado Springs. The year prior, or rather 2 years prior, there wasn't one of these matchups because San Antonio had won both trophies. Prior to that, Pittsburgh and Phoenix in 2024 made up this matchup, a 3-1 win for Pittsburgh. So they've been in this before, as have Louisville. Pittsburgh, the Shield winners in 2023. Louisville, the Shield winners the last 2 years. Fifth Third Bank free kick curled in by Davila. The last gasps now. "22 shots for Louisville, 7 on target. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh, 3 shots, 2 on target, 2 goals.
A lot of the opportunities that we've seen from Louisville have been from distance as well, right? Forcing some nice saves from Campuzano.
That didn't matter for Sam Basset, though.
True.
Served in, Shawami waiting, Kelp heads clear. This is one of those potential fork in the road moments for both these teams. Back-to-back losses for Louisville. How do you respond? Serrano on the ground, wide. On the flip side for Pittsburgh, a big win on the road against a team that has historically been a thorn in your side as you've been searching for your new identity in a new season with a lot of turnover as the reigning champions. For a first-year head coach, technically still in Rob Vincent, this could be a launching point for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Especially after a disappointing result when you lose against Phoenix Rising at home.
Who are still a very good team, yes, at home, but Phoenix is near the top of the Western Conference.
But for Rob Vincent, this is a game that needed a reaction. You've gotten a reaction.
He also talked about wanting to end on a high note because this is their last regular season game for quite a while. Next week they play in the USL Cup, and then they have a bye week, so they don't play in the regular season again until May 30th. So to go into this regular season break for 3 weeks on this win, that'll do wonders for their confidence.
Yeah, the confidence, the rhythm, the momentum, the belief is really important. As we've seen in USL Championship, teams tend to go on runs and create separation in the table for the Riverhounds. Defensively, going back to their old ways, doing a really good job at making life difficult for the opposition.
Back post ball. And a play for another Wi-Fi corner kick. And don't forget, with the schedule spaced out a little bit more in June as well for certain teams amid the World Cup. So Pittsburgh plays just one more regular season game this month on May 30th. They start June with another USL Cup match. They only have 2 regular season games in June, on the 13th and the 20th. So between now and the 4th of July, Pittsburgh only plays 3 regular season games. Donovan misses, the volley through traffic is cleared. Davila chips it back in.
Watch
Hammond
out.
fouled. So all that being said, over the next 2 months, you play 3 regular season games for Pittsburgh. You have this win in your back pocket. And the best part about 3 regular season games in the next 2 months for Pittsburgh, what's the #1 thing Rob Vincent talked about? Coming together more as a team. Watch out here, Hammond and Shawunbi going at it. But you're going to have a chance to come together as a team during that time and gel and form those combinations that it's been tough to form right now amid more congestion in the schedule and playing matches instead of being on the training ground.
As this ball pops out, it's a high boot of Uerman. No real malicious intent there as the ball does hit Trevor Hammond, but Ashwami just literally yanks Hammond to his feet.
Final minute of stoppage time. Pittsburgh to put the finishing touches on a statement victory. Look at the teams they've beaten as well. Loudoun team that has been good, been difficult to play. They beat Detroit City, who just beat Louisville City. Now they're about to beat Louisville City. Pittsburgh's done it against good teams. Last chance there to try and put a dent in the scoreboard for Louisville, to no avail. Maybe the most appreciative thing today for Rob Vincent, the clean sheet. They hadn't had one yet this season. That is 12 seconds away from changing.
It's not enough quality on the day for Louisville City once they do get to that final third. Found it really frustrating to find solutions to break through this low block that the Riverhounds have sat in. And they've had opportunities, but just an example there, Uerman just overhits it, gets underneath it. Okay, Donovan's opportunity, the header right on top of that 6-yard box that he misses. Ray Serrano's at volley right around 13 yards out. Looking to have a little bit more composure going forward because opportunities have been there.
And there is the final whistle. For the first time since July of 2023, Louisville City back-to-back regular season losses, and a big moment for Rob Vincent and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
These are the types of wins that you look back on when you go on a run from Rob Vincent. This is a win that gives you momentum, it gives you confidence, and more importantly, it galvanizes this group of players to believe that it can prove and go into any single environment in USL Championship and pick up all 3 points. Phenomenal win for the Riverhounds.
Trevor Ammon had the opening goal 9 minutes in, and then Sam Basset, the exclamation point. Furry friends maybe will still be happy because they don't know what's going on, but these fans won't leave happy. The Pittsburgh Riverhounds win it 2-0 over Louisville City. Back in a moment to wrap things up from Lynn Family Stadium.
Relax and let Kroger Pickup handle your grocery shopping this week. We start with only the freshest items, then choose your favorites. Carefully pack everything up and load it right into your trunk, so you can feel confident it's what you ordered. Fresh groceries your way with Kroger Pickup and Delivery. And right now, you can save $20 on your first pickup or delivery order. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Summer's here. Who's ready for camp in a new Toyota? Nice splash! The scavenger hunt starts now! The call was coming from inside the Tacoma!
Now you can get 4.99 financing plus up to $1,000 APR cash on a new 26 Tacoma. Or lease this well-equipped Tacoma SR5 for just $309 a month.
Your summer starts here!
Toyota, let's go places.
Relax and let Kroger Pickup handle your grocery shopping this week. We start with only the freshest items, then choose your favorites. Carefully pack everything up and load it right into your trunk, so you can feel confident it's what you ordered. Fresh groceries your way with Kroger Pickup and Delivery. And right now, you can save $20 on your first pickup or delivery order. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Dive into the highlights from this one. Pittsburgh winning it 2-0 on the road over Louisville City.
And it starts with a set piece from Robbie Mertz, but the right side of your screen, 2 players for Louisville City get turned with the ball. They get caught ball watching, which allows Trevor Ammon an easy run right on top of that 6-yard box, puts his body on the line, beats Fernandez to the spot, an easy finish for the striker for the Riverhounds. But notice number 18, when he does get the ball, creates a little bit of separation, and strikes is so sweet and so pure. The ball goes up, it comes down. Fernandez can't react quick enough because there is a lot of movement on that ball. Really well struck from Sam Basset to give the Riverhounds a second.
And this was one of the better chances trying to come back into this game for Louisville City. It's the move of the game presented by Toyota. Great save, double save in the end by Campuzano on 2 great chances for Louisville City.
Just a little bit slow from Donovan here. If you can be quicker on your feet, not allow Osumanos to just pick the pocket, the Riverhounds get a clean sheet on the road.
Things get a little tighter now in the Eastern Conference. Louisville City had a 6-point lead over 8th place Pittsburgh coming into the day. Now the gap between these 2 teams is just 3.
A big opportunity missed for Louisville City to continue to put pressure on the Rowdies. That's the 2nd game that they've dropped. So for the Riverhounds, continue the momentum to try to get in that home playoff position so early in the season.
Both these teams go into Brinks Cup competition mode this week. So it's a bit of a farewell to the regular season for a couple of weeks for Louisville City and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. It was a big one for Pittsburgh. The Dogs come on the road and win it over Louisville City. Got more action coming your way on the Golazo Network in an hour. It's Phoenix and San Antonio. But for now, my broadcast partner Ricky Lopez, Espen, and the crew that makes this possible, I'm Joe Malfa saying so long. Pittsburgh 2, Louisville City nothing.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.